Have you ever felt trapped in a cycle of thoughts that seem to pull you down, as if an inner voice insists you're not good enough or that your dreams are out of reach? It's a feeling many of us know, a kind of invisible prison we build with our own words and beliefs. But what if I told you that the key to your freedom is, and always has been, within you? We're going to uncover how the science of mind and heart intertwine to show us a path of infinite possibilities. Louise Hay, with her gentle wisdom, taught us that life doesn't happen to us but through us. Every thought, every emotion is a seed we plant in the garden of our existence. And the beautiful news is that you have the power to choose which seeds you want to nurture. Prepare for a journey of self-discovery that goes beyond what you imagine. We'll explore how your self-talk shapes your reality, how to shift from fear mode to heart mode, and the simple yet powerful techniques that can turn your desires into reality. Be open to receive, for the reward lies in the self-love and inner peace you truly deserve. The way we talk to ourselves, that voice echoing in our minds, is one of the pillars of our reality. Louise Hay taught us that every thought and every word we utter are, in fact, affirmations. If this self-talk is filled with criticism, with "I'm not good enough" or "nothing ever works out for me," we are unknowingly building a reality that reflects precisely this negativity. It's as if we're planting seeds of doubt and scarcity in our own inner garden. Often this negative self-talk stems from messages we absorbed in childhood, as if they were absolute truths. Louise Hay reminds us that, as children, we were like sponges, absorbing everything around us. If we grew up hearing criticism or feeling unworthy, this narrative becomes deeply rooted. But the beauty of life is that, as adults, we have the power to reevaluate these old tapes and decide which ones we want to keep playing. I am the creator of my own story. The challenge is that, for many, this negative self-talk has become such an ingrained habit that it seems impossible to change. It's like a neural pathway that has been traveled so many times. It's become the default route. However, Louise Hay encourages us to see this not as a flaw, but as an opportunity. Every time you catch yourself in a negative thought, it's an invitation to pause, acknowledge it, and with love, choose a new direction for your mind. The key is to replace these old beliefs with positive, nourishing affirmations. It's not about ignoring reality, but about focusing on what you wish to create. Instead of saying, "I don't want to be sick anymore," say, "I accept perfect health now." This shift in focus, this gentleness with yourself, is what begins to rewrite the script of your life. And this transformation starts to guide us toward a way of living more aligned with love. Louise Hay taught us that in every moment of life we have a fundamental choice: to operate from fear or from the heart. Fear contracts us, closes us off, makes us feel anxious and isolated. It's like living in a constant state of alert, where every situation is seen as a threat. When we are in fear mode, our physiology changes, and our body and mind work under stress, hindering clarity and connection with our true selves. On the other hand, heart mode is where our true essence resides. It is a place of openness, compassion, generosity, and love. When we operate from the heart, our body releases oxytocin, the love hormone, which activates our pleasure and reward centers. This allows us to see the world with kindness, not only for others, but, crucially, for ourselves. Louise Hay reminds us that we are naturally programmed for love and service. I am love and I radiate love to the world. Society often pushes us into fear mode, valuing the pursuit of material goods, status, and power as sources of happiness. However, Louise Hay warned us that this external pursuit rarely fills the inner void. People who relentlessly chase these goals without connecting with their hearts can find themselves in a state of deep unhappiness, even with all apparent success. True fulfillment comes from within, from our capacity to love and connect. Shifting from fear mode to heart mode is not a one-time event, but a daily practice. It's an invitation to observe when the mind closes off and, with gentleness, bring it back to the openness of the heart. This means cultivating self-compassion, gratitude, and acceptance. By doing so, you not only improve your own life, but also positively influence the world around you. For the energy you emanate attracts similar experiences. And this journey of transformation leads us to a deeper understanding of who we truly are. Life is a continuous journey of self-discovery, and Louise Hay invited us to embrace it with curiosity and love. Often we carry the baggage of past experiences, especially from childhood, that shape our perception of who we are and what we are capable of. This baggage, if not recognized and understood, can limit us, creating inner narratives that prevent us from reaching our full potential. It's a process of unraveling the layers that cover our true essence, revealing the light that has always been there. Louise Hay teaches us that the first step in this journey is reflection. It's looking inward, perhaps with the help of a journal or a therapist, to understand where our limiting beliefs come from. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," that belief might have been planted in your childhood. By identifying its origin, you begin to separate the truth you were told from your true truth. I am worthy of all love and acceptance. This journey also involves accepting all parts of ourselves, including those we are ashamed of or consider shadows. Louise Hay reminds us that we cannot push these parts away. We need to embrace and integrate them. It's like embracing the inner child who may have felt unloved or misunderstood. By doing so, you diminish the power of your inner critic and make space for compassion and kindness. The beauty of self-knowledge is that it empowers us. By understanding how our past experiences shaped our thoughts and behaviors, we gain the ability to rewrite our story. It's not about erasing what happened, but about changing the lens through which we view it. Every step on this journey brings us closer to a more authentic and fulfilling life, where the manifestation of our desires becomes a natural flow. And this clarity prepares us for a greater purpose. Louise Hay taught us that we are intrinsically connected beings, and that our deepest purpose lies in connection and service. We were not made to live in isolation, seeking only our own benefit. On the contrary, our essence flourishes when we open ourselves to others, when we extend a hand, and when we dedicate ourselves to something greater than ourselves. It is in this flow of giving and receiving that we find true joy and meaning. Neuroscience corroborates this spiritual truth. We are biologically programmed for care and compassion. When we act with kindness and service, our bodies release neurotransmitters that activate pleasure and reward centers in the brain. This is not just a theory. It is a lived experience, a deep sense of well-being that nourishes and strengthens us. I am a channel of love and service in the world. Often society pushes us into a relentless pursuit of material success and external recognition, making us believe that happiness lies in accumulation. However, Louise Hay warned us that this pursuit can divert us from our true purpose. True success, the kind that brings lasting joy, lies in living a life with meaning, contributing to the collective well-being, and nurturing our relationships. When we put ourselves in service, even if it's a small act of kindness, our perspective shifts. We move away from focusing on our own pains and limitations and open ourselves to the possibilities of positive impact. This change of lens not only benefits others, but, more importantly, fills us with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's an invitation for each of us to become a beacon of hope, illuminating the path for ourselves and for those around us. And this practice leads us directly to how we can manifest this intention in our daily lives. Manifestation, at the heart of Louise Hay's teachings, is not a magic trick, but a conscious practice of directing the energy of our thoughts and feelings. She invited us to see manifestation as the ability to transform a clear intention into reality, rooting it in our subconscious. For this, it is fundamental that we are in a state of calm and receptivity, allowing our mind to align with what we truly desire. I am the manifestation of good in my life. Louise Hay taught us that repetition is the key to creating new neural pathways in our minds. Just as we learn to walk or talk, we can train our brains to focus on the positive. A powerful technique is to use all our senses to plant the intention. Write your desire, read it aloud, visualize it happening with vivid details. This sensory immersion helps to fix the idea in the subconscious, making it a truth for you. It is important to differentiate what we want from what we need. Often our superficial desires, like material possessions, are just attempts to fill an inner void. Louise Hay reminds us that true satisfaction comes from a greater purpose, from being of service and connecting with others. When our intention is aligned with love and contribution, manifestation becomes more fluid and powerful, bringing a fulfillment that goes beyond the material. For visualization to be effective, it is essential that you are relaxed and in heart mode. If the mind is full of self-criticism or fear, energy disperses. Louise Hay encourages us to cultivate self-compassion and kindness, for it is in this state of acceptance that our ability to create expands. Instead of focusing on what is lacking, celebrate what you already have and what is yet to come, with the certainty that the universe always conspires in your favor. And this certainty leads us to a state of deep gratitude. Louise Hay reminds us that gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions we can cultivate. It not only changes our perspective, but also elevates our vibration, attracting more of what we are grateful for. In a world that often focuses us on what is lacking, the daily practice of gratitude reconnects us with the abundance that already exists in our lives, no matter how small it may seem. It is an invitation to see the glass half full, not with naivety, but with deep wisdom. I am grateful for all the blessings in my life. Patience, in turn, is the virtue that allows us to trust the process. Louise Hay compared manifestation to planting seeds. You don't plant a seed today and expect a mature tree tomorrow. There is a time for germination, growth, and nourishment. Similarly, our intentions and affirmations need time to take root and blossom. Impatience, often, is a sign that we are still operating in fear mode, wanting to control the how and the when. Cultivating gratitude helps us keep our hearts open, even in the face of challenges.